Today I'm going to be playing what I consider the highest skill deck in the game, and this is this Dark Prince Minor Control Rocket deck. Now, Dark Prince, of course, has a hero, we all know this, and I think this deck got significantly better because of it. Mainly, the main reason, I should say, is that you have this secondary pressure that you really just don't get. I'm going to pop the ability right here, actually, to try and get some early damage. I know it's 3 elixir, and it's a bit of an over expenditure to do in single, but he made a few mistakes right there. We're able to capitalize on that, and just like that, from one Dark Prince ability, we are now up about 1,000 damage, and I've got delivery for his not his so his Goblin Barrel whenever he goes for that right there. So yeah, a nice start to this game. But yeah, the reason I think this deck just requires high skill is because you've got to have good interaction knowledge, as well as know how to get damage in unique ways, whether that be, a tiny bit of Dark Prince chip, even, for example, getting a few minor chip shots when you're facing a deck that has, like, goblins or something. You've got to go for, like, pre-logs and just really outplay your opponent and be ahead of them in terms of, like, predicting what they're doing. And I think that's kind of a beautiful thing about this game and a deck like this. And cycle decks in general are kind of like this, but a lot of them these days have become a bit more low skill, I'd say. For example, there's like a graveyard deck that's 3.3 average elixir. You're pretty much just spamming back to your broken graveyard and graveyard poisoning the tower. Same with the Goblin Drill. I think that this deck really requires you to think about how you're getting your damage and not just consistently chuck something at the river. That was kind of a bad defense right there by me. I'm not going to lie. That's why I went quiet for a second, because I was trying to focus. I'm going to pop my ability right here. Oh, unfortunately, that does freeze at the exact same time, but it doesn't matter. The little rhinoceros right there connects to the tower for 500 damage, and we have a nice start right here. So Logbait, I think, is a fine matchup. We do have delivery. I want to go for the log like this to get the princess, and then Skelly's the back for the back goblin. That was beautiful. Oh, clean right there. Nice. We got overall a +2 trade from that. No, +3 trade from that. Situation as well. So I think we just take the rocket. Oh my goodness, this guy literally will princess the bridge every time he has it in cycle. We've got to be careful of that from now on. This emote is exactly how I feel when I see a princess dropped on my river. But just gonna go Dark Prince to back. We'll really see what he wants to do in this situation. But yeah, genuinely, I think this deck is the highest skill deck in the game. I'm not just saying that. I think that it requires the most talent to perform at a high level. Let's go logged on top of the barrel right here, and the most dedication as well. It's a really rage-inducing deck. Predict the princess. Nice, dude. Come on. Now I'm getting warmed up. This is my first match with this deck, so gotta give me some time to get good with it, but I think we could really perform well as long as I just grind and don't get tilted at the meta. But just gonna go Evo Skellies like this. Dark Prince should do a good job of cleaning that up. Okay, that Dark Prince kind of sucked right there. I thought it was gonna do more splash damage than it did, so now we're kind of in a bad spot, but I can still go Rocket on that Dark Goblin. We just need a few more hits from our Miner, or a couple more logs, and then, of course, 2 more rockets to finish off this game. So I'm going to go here to take care of this barrel, hopefully with no damage, delivery on top of the princess. And yeah, not bad. I might have been able to use the Dark Prince ability there, but yeah, it's also 3 elixir. This is not an ability you're going to be placing all the time. It's going to be situational, and I think it's nice to have that added pressure. Your opponent always has to think about, are they going to go for this ability or are they not? You've got to be very aware if you're facing a Dark Prince that they do pop the ability on 0, and then, oh, you're screwed, if you're not careful. So what I'm going to do right here is go ahead and log this Knight. We actually get a princess in that log as well. That's huge, and that should be basically GG. Is going to go for the rocket as well. Nice. We'll get some goblins in there too, and hopefully Miner can get that last shot on the tower. It does, and we do secure the win. Nice. In game number 2 against Iron Phantom, just going to go for my Skeletons first play. We could activate King Tower, but most likely he has a Royal Giant or Expo if he is going to be playing the Electro Spirit. So I'm going to go logged like this. To be fair, my deck that I'm running right now has the Electro Spirit and doesn't and is not Expo or RG. But of course, this guy's going to go for the RG in the back right here. Now, this is where things could get interesting. I could really commit to like a Miner and then pop the 3 elixir ability and try and get some damage, but this deck thrives on counter pushing, and I think that just going for an aggressive play like that, even though my opponent dropped an RG for absolutely no reason, could be costly, and I don't want to choke the game because of a stupid mistake early on. I would say that's a bad Barbarian Barrel ability right there. I still think the Barbarian Barrel is one of the best heroes, if not the best hero in the game right now. But yeah, Hero Dark Prince doesn't have a lot of utilization. I think this is kind of the perfect deck for it. I'm going to go for my ability right here to hopefully get on tower. Hunter does come down. Can it slip through? It can indeed. Wow, this card is nasty whenever you do get the ability off. If they don't have a perfect reset or a perfect building counter, then it definitely can cause a lot of issues for the opponent. So, I'm going to Miner on defense here because I need to defend that Hunter. He does just RG other side. I'm going to Tesla as low as humanly possible to still kite this RG. And also log to push it back and the E-Spirit up top. Oh no, my E-Spirit died. That's really unlucky. I should have waited on the E-Spirit. That's going to get one shot now. That's my fault. If I waited on that Electro Spirit there for a second, played it on the RG only, and then I Evo Skelly the Barbarians, I would have taken no hits, I think, right there. So, a little bit of a mistake that I can't be making because now look at the damage. He's in the lead, and I can't afford that. As you guys know, RG, once you get to double and triple, can get very, very hard to defend against with all the different fishermen's and everything ghosts on the map. But you're going to go for the miner on the left-hand side right here. Almost into double elixir. I think this deck gets better as the game goes on as well. You do have early pressure, like with the miner chip, but honestly, a lot of the time, you're just kind of going into double and triple elixir, barely winning or, you know, significantly down, and you have to make a comeback with this deck from what I've experienced and witnessed myself. But you're going to go here. I could rocket that RG or that Ghost, but I think I should just chill because both of those seem like a very aggressive option, and I don't want to choke this game. I just got to find a way to kill these RGs without giving him too much value. So, I'm going to go for the delivery on top of this. He does go for a second RG, but I think we're okay. Let's go for a double Tesla down low, you know, match his double RG energy. Go for the Skellies on top to hopefully get some DPS before that RG gets that shot off, and I think it might hit my tower once. No, perfect defense right there. I could ability, you know, that might have been a time to do it, but like I said, I just really don't want to do it unless I'm sure I can get some value out of it. So I'm going to go in the back again. He does go for the Ghost. Let's go ahead and get our miner and block the Fisherman with our Electro Spirit. Yes, that was a perfect time to go in because look at this. Now he's going to have a hard time defending our Dark Prince, I think. Come on, get there, Piggy, or freaking Rhinoceros. I keep calling it a Piggy, but I'll still take that damage right there. We get that one shot. And every shot is a couple hundred damage. We can take that for sure. Basically, every Rhinoceros shot is one RG shot, if you think about it in those terms. So we'll go here. We'll go Skellies on the front RG just to DPS a bit down. DPS down a bit more. Yep, that's the way I meant to word that right there. And now I would say he can definitely outcycle my Tesla. So I've got to be kind of careful with this. I'm going to go Dark Prince on top of the Ghost right here and see what he does want to do. Realistically, he'll probably go RG the bridge if I had to guess. I'm just going to go Miner like this and then Log as well for the Hunter. Okay. Let's go for the ability because it knocks back the Hunter. Beautiful right there. Hold on a second. Can we get a connection? He's forced to Fireball. We get a bit of damage as well anyways. That card is nasty, guys. What? I'm sleeping on Dark Prince, but man, I think this might be the best deck that it fits in, genuinely, just to have that little added pressure to your miner pushes with whatever else support cards you have on the map. I'm going to go Log like this. You know what? Let's go Evo Skellies as well. Let's spam the ability as well. Maybe it's too aggressive. I'm going to do it anyways. Why not? Well, this is probably going to cost me the game. We'll see. Okay, hopefully Dark Prince can get to the tower. It does. Nice. We get a bunch of damage, but was that worth it? That is the question, because now we're in triple. He's going to RG the other lane. I'm almost certain of this. Yep, there it is. So we'll go Dark Prince like this. I'm going to go for the delivery early. I need to get my Tesla down. So here's what needs to happen. I need to let that happen and then just go for the Tesla. Log low, Skellies on the Barbarian. Not bad. So we take a few hits, but looking at the damage overall, I'm definitely happy with the way we played that situation. Of course, he has to go other lane of the Tesla, so we'll get back to one more Tesla. This time it's going to be an evolution as well, which is really, really nice, and I can go delivery on top of the Fisherman. And yeah, we're honestly kind of in the flow state, if you will, on the defensive end. 30 seconds remaining. Dark Prince is hopping over the river. We'll just go Miner and Dark Prince on top of that RG, just get that high DPS, and also it's nice to kind of block the Fisherman with your Miner so your Dark Prince can actually do something on top of the Royal Giant. I'm going to go for the ability because why not? Let's get one more Rhinoceros charge on the tower to finish off this game. He does Fireball, but it's not going to stop me, and we are going to take his tower. Nice win against Royal Giant. Here we go against Lord in this next one right here. But yeah, let me know what deck you guys want to see me try next. I'm going to go for the Miner on top of his tower on the right-hand side and just really see what he does want to do. So Inferno Dragon plus Baby Dragon, that could mean two things. Before Golem kind of emerged back into the meta, I would say this would mean Balloon Freeze 100%, but I would say there's some Golem decks that have weird off-meta decks with Double Dragon now, so I'm not going to assume 100% it's Balloon. I'm not sure how this deck does against Balloon. I would say you have okay counters. I mean, Tesla is decent. You know, it's nice to have the Rocket, but I think that Balloon in general is kind of a hard card to take off the map if you don't have any, you know, good air defensive cards. For example, a Minions or something like that, but we'll see. I'm just going to go for the Miner on the tower once we do hit 10. And just keep the pressure on him. So Lumberjack comes down. It still could be either. Honestly, it could still be Golem with the Valkyrie too. He does have the Balloon, so I'm going to go for this. I'm on Tesla here. Hopefully we can take out that Balloon without any really big problems. There's the Freeze. I probably should have expected that. That was kind of dumb of me. Thankfully, Dark Prince does get that one shot. Okay, that was my bad. I should have expected him to have Balloon Freeze, or I should have just rocketed that Lumberjack in the Balloon, but I thought I could get away with defending without it. Even if I was going to Tesla like that, I should have Teslaed way higher. So don't do that. Learn from my mistakes, guys, basically is what I'm saying. It's all good, though. We've got plenty of time in this game to come back and make that mistake forgotten about. Let's go for the Dark Prince like this on the Valkyrie right here. Miner's going to get, what, 4 shots, maybe even 5 on the tower. We'll definitely take that right there, and we're back in the game basically only down less than a rocket. And like I said, when this deck gets to triple elixir, man, GG. It's such a good defensive deck. As long as you don't make mistakes, you can really come back from a lot of situations. It's kind of impressive how fast you can get damage with just a Miner and a rocket and a log, but you know, this Dark Prince ability is adding some added pressure that might give you a chance to have more offensive capabilities later in the match too. So that Lumberjack and the Balloon do die to the Rocket, which is super nice value. I had a feeling he might do that since I already had used my Tesla on the other lane. Just going to go for the Miner, Evo Skellies, and then Dark Prince immediately other lane. He's going to Valk on the left. Yep, perfect. And now he has to defend this. Over here, I can go for my ability. This might be the play here, actually. We do get the connection. Okay, as long as I can defend this counter push, I think that was a smart play to go for the Rhinoceros. Let's go for the delivery, and then I'm just going to Evo Tesla early on this left-hand side. Wow, he balloons. Okay, now this is a problem, but I can rocket in time, I think. Just barely, hopefully. Oh, beautiful rocket. Let's go. I'm going to go Larry's to make sure that Lumberjack doesn't get on my tower at all. And you know what? All things considered for the situation that we were in, I think we definitely played that one, that situation pretty well. So I'm going to go for the Miner plus E-Spirit there. We don't get the chain on the I-Drag, but what I can do is go for the Dark Prince in the back, and I'm really expecting a Lumberjack Balloon push other lane again, so I'll go ahead and set my Tesla first on this other side. Just kind of see what he wants to do. Baby Dragon comes down. Okay, this could be a bit interesting. Okay, as long as this dies without getting to my tower, I feel confident, but I'm kind of scared of the Balloon. Just going to rocket. He's going to freeze. He's going to freeze. He's going to freeze. No, Tesla, please get down. I need you to kill that right now, please. Oh my goodness. Whew. All right. So that is what I was talking about when I said this deck could potentially get scary to face. Thankfully, we are alive right here. Man, that was way too close. Let's go Dark Prince to back. I have no Tesla for a while and no Rocket, so we might be in a bit of a sticky situation. He's going to go for the Inferno Dragon in the back. Let's go for my Electro Spirit like this. I'm going to go for my Miner in the back as well, just to cycle, honestly. Get our Tesla down. If he balloons the other side, you know I'm going to Rocket on top of that, so let's go Delivery plus Evo Skellies just to pull that back. I'm kind of surprised he ballooned into the Tesla Evo. I feel like that's kind of an odd play to do. I could ability right here. Should I ability? I'm not going to do it just because I don't want to overspend. And I think we have good enough defense to win this game as long as I play, you know, non-sloppy defense, of course. So, Inferno Dragon comes down. Let me go Tesla on the right-hand side this time. Try and switch it up a bit. And, you know, keep him, I guess, off guard if I can. So what I'm going to do is rocket this right-hand side to kill the Evo Lumberjack. That card can lose you a game so fast if you're not careful. That better kite. If that didn't kite, I would have lost instantly. Thankfully, the Balloon actually does kite that time, which is a rare occurrence, I feel like. Dark Prince connects on tower. Once again, I'm not going to ability just because I don't think I need the damage. I'm going to go for the Tesla in the middle again. Okay, I meant to put that one tile over. Oops. It should still be fine if I can just rocket this Balloon and then Electro Spirit. Bro, he has to defend his tower. What is he doing? He's just letting the tower go to go offensive. I mean, fair enough. I'm not sure what happened there, but GG's. Facing Dark Horror in this next one, just going to go for the Miner first play, apply the early pressure, Bats come down. Okay, so Bats could be a control deck, could be a fast cycle deck as well, who knows. He looks like he has Miner as well himself, so probably going to be another Balloon deck right here. Which early meta, you know, my prediction for this meta is Balloon's going to be a top 3 win con, Graveyard number 1, Balloon number 2 or 3, and then I would say you can kind of go toss up what's going to be the best in the meta. I think definitely Piggies are worse, you know, Expo's worse with the Tesla nerf. You know, you've got a lot of the control decks that are going to be worse with the Tesla nerf. I think that an archetype that is kind of slept on is E-Giant and also Golem, so maybe just Beatdown in general could be the second best archetype in the game this season. Maybe Balloon number 2 and then Beatdown number 3. That's my just early scouting, what I've noticed, but we'll see what he wants to do right here. So it's going to be Giant Skelly-Loon, which is an interesting version. I definitely hated facing this version last season because it has so much pressure, but the Giant Skeleton nerf definitely hinders the deck a bit. What do you guys think about the Giant Skeleton looking smaller, by the way? I didn't even notice it until a couple times after, like, facing him for the first time, and I was like, dude, what's going on? This card looks horrible. It looks so awkward being tiny now. It's just not proportional to the rest of the game. I feel like it definitely looks wrong being smaller, but who's to complain? Not me. I'm going to go for the Miner in the back like this. Just get some chip damage going. Giant Skelly comes down. It just looks so tiny compared to the old one sitting next to the tower even. It's like the same height. Maybe they nerfed his height. You know, maybe it's his offspring or something, and now it's no longer the OG Giant Skelly. Let's go for the I think I need to rocket this balloon and the giant Skelly. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go Electro Spirit like this. Skelly's on top. I'm not sure I 100% needed those, but I don't want to, choke this game. Better to be safe than sorry. We'll force out something for those Evo Skellys too. Snowball comes down. Not bad. So the best part about having delivery in this deck is situations like this where you can just drop it on top of the bats. It's so satisfying. Even when the Evo bats seem like they're going to be really annoying, you can just delivery them. So it's nice to have that for sure. I'm going to go ahead and cycle Log and then Electro Spirit like this as well. I haven't really gotten any chance to use the Dark Prince ability this game, but maybe later in the match. You never know. There's always going to be time for potential clutch of the ability coming in a perfectly timed manner to win you a game. So I'm going to go for the Dark Prince to back and then Log on the Hunter. You can see the Tesla nerf right there. How in the world does that Tesla not kill the Hunter? Who knows? But I guess that's what they want to do to make their game even more offensive. So I'm going to rocket on the Hunter. I just missed. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, we'll go Tesla here. He is going to ability. So I'm going to go delivery like this right here. He wasted the ability. I'm so lucky. Oh, my gosh. Okay. We got away with that, but man, guys, don't rocket nothing. That was such a bad rocket by me. So aggressive, and I didn't even really need that in that situation, but it should have cost me the match. Thankfully, he kind of messed up his hero ability, or I would have been in a much worse situation than we already are. So, I'll go Tesla here on top of this. Hopefully it doesn't chain on my tower. That would be epic. And then I can just go for the miner in the back. Keep the pressure on. I'm expecting him to go in with his miner, so I'm going to go Electro Spirit like this. I'm going to go for my Log Evo Skellys. Hopefully they can get some value before they die. That would be pretty cool. I'm going to go Dark Prince, predict the miner. Hopefully then go delivery on the bats. And yeah, not a bad situation or sequence right there. Let's go Electro Spirit up top to make sure that balloon is not doing nothing crazy. And yeah, we're chilling. So, good defense again right there. I'm just going to wait and not use the ability. I just don't feel like it's getting much value in this situation. Maybe I can go for it, but I don't want to use the ability unless I need to. Let's go Rocket on top of the Hunter. I think that once again, this deck has good enough defense to win this matchup as long as I don't make any mistakes. And using a 3 elixir ability could be the biggest mistake I could possibly do, honestly. Let's go here. I need to get back to a second Tesla, I think, or I'm in trouble to kill this balloon. Let's go Skellys. Let's go ahead and cycle my Log. We're back to Tesla now in the middle for the balloon. You know what? That wasn't that bad. He might balloon again, though, so I need to have Rocket if he does place down his balloon. So there's the balloon. I can go delivery Rocket on top of that, and that should clean up shop right there. He does, unfortunately, for me, have the Evo Bats, and I'm going to tell you what, guys, this is not even going to kill them, I don't think. Bro, Evo Tesla fell off so hard. Oh, my gosh. Let's go delivery on top of that. Skellys and then Electro Spirit at the back. That's not too shabby, honestly. Pretty good defense. Evo Tesla got some good value because he played so many things into it, I guess. So I'm going to go for the miner just for some chip damage and to force him to defend a little bit. Let's see. He's going to balloon again 100%. So I'm going to go for the Skellys delivery and then Dark Prince to hopefully catch the miner in the back. We don't really need to do anything here, aside from just go for a miner on his tower. And if this game were close, we'd be able to go miner, rocket, log, but the game's already over. I'll still go miner, rocket, log just for some extra damage to add insult to injury, and we are going to secure this victory against Dark Horror. I feel like Balloon can be scary, but we played that one fairly well, and I'll definitely take that victory right there. Okay, he's already going in with the Hog Rider, which is a bit absurd. Just going to go for my Tesla and the Skellys I just loaded into the match. He couldn't even say hi or nothing. He had to go for the Hog instantly. But to be fair, it's probably going to be 2.6 or maybe Hog Firecracker. I'm thinking 2.6 would be easier just because you have Delivery, which is really great against Musketeer. You have Dark Prince, which is a decent counter. You can really rocket the Hog if you need to. If they outcycle your Tesla or something. But just going to go for the miner on the tower right here. But yeah, I think the strength of this deck is definitely improved because of this hero. Some matches, like that last one, I didn't get any value out of it. Some matches, you get a ton of value out of it. But, that's Clash Royale. Everything's going to be different every match. So I'm going to go for the delivery on top of this Bomber and the Dark Prince right here to kill that. And I think we should be okay. I might even use the ability here, potentially. Oh, what? Okay, that was not at all what I had expected to face right here. Minion Horde. What in the mid-ladder menace is this guy doing? He's going to MK the bridge after going Minion Horde. Am I in... I guess I'm in League 4 on this account, so to be fair, I kind of am in mid-ladder, but that is absurd. I did not expect that. Did anyone expect that? Maybe you guys did, honestly. I feel like people expect the mid-ladder plays more than me, so Wizard comes down. This is genuinely mid-ladder. Hog Rider, Wizard, Minion Horde, MK. I mean, GG, man. We should have the best deck in the game against mid-ladder, if you think about it, because we just have great control. Delivery, Tesla, Rocket for defenses. Skellys, Evo could get some good value as well. And then we have a Hero Dark Prince if he doesn't have enough for MK or something at some point. So just going to go Miner in the back like this. I am going to Dark Prince on the right. Maybe this is dumb, but I'd like to force out a bunch of Elixir. And Minion Horde comes down. That might be potentially, well, it could have been better, but we'll still take that damage. I was going to say maybe we could potentially get an Evo Skelly Cheese, but unfortunately, the Minion Hordes have, Minion Horde has more range than it used to. I'm going to go Log on the Dark Prince as well, and we should be chilling. So, looking at the situation here, he's probably going to MK the back. Yeah, you can just kind of tell by the way he was waiting for 10 Elixir that he was going to drop that bad boy off. So, we'll see what he wants to do behind this. I do have delivery for the next Horde, so that's going to be kind of nice. Wizard comes down. We just rocket that. Not going to take any chances with no Wizard Cheese. We'll go Electro Spear like this. There's the Bomber. I'm going to Skellies to make sure that Hog gets pulled over. Then I can just go delivery log on top of this to make sure everything dies, and we don't have any issues, hopefully, going forward. So will he Minion Horde? That is my question. Oh, I tried to pop the ability right there. No way. Oh, that sucks. Okay, That would have been a perfect time to use it as well, genuinely. But just going to go for the Tesla in the middle again. There's the damage from the Miner. I'll take it. We're still up a comfortable about 900 damage lead. I'm going to go Dark Prince in the back, and then he's probably going to Minion Horde here, so I'm just going to wait for that. Let's go Evo Skellies. I should have played them better. That was a bad Evo Skellies placement. Yeah, it is what it is. We're still fine. Evo Bomber comes down in the back. Okay, so I'm going to Miner and Electro Spirit on top of that. Hopefully we can take that off the map. That would be pretty cool. Let's go Dark Prince to the back. Can we even kill that? We cannot. So, what I'm going to do is go delivery on top of this. I'm going to log as well. Okay, should be fine. And a minute 45 left in this match. Oh my goodness, I'm scared. What I just need to do is get back to delivery right here for the Minion Horde, and I think we should be good. Bro, delivery's so good. Wait, let me go ahead and use my ability. I haven't even used it here yet. That's going to get some nice value. That might even be GG's. It is GG's. Wow, Dark Prince is OP. Anyways, hope you enjoyed, and of course, as always, enjoy the Butch clip, and yeah, peace.